Good evening and welcome to Inside the Rookery Season 11, Episode 5, where I am joined, or shortly will be joined, by all of the Rooks. Hello! To talk about what is floating our geek boats. To do this, I have constructed, and if you went to school in the 80s like me, then you may remember, and we're in the UK, the game Pob Can, where you had to tell Pob to do stuff, various verbs, and it was a challenge that you had to do at school, and I became obsessed with this game, as did the rest of my school. I went to a very small school. Everyone in the classroom would crowd round and shout at Pob to do things. Pob can jump, Pob can spell, Pob can walk. We never quite got them all, but we did pretty well. Anyway, that's what we're doing today, but instead of Pob can, we're asking, what are you for?
Dramatic.
Okay.
Now that's interesting, because before we went live, Lindsay kept saying I kept freezing. I'm now starting to wonder if maybe she was freezing and not me.
Well, she's certainly frozen right now. So whilst she goes and gets herself sorted again, what are you reading, Andy?
Me, I am currently reading, I think I'm on the 4th book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, which I'll be honest, I was incredibly skeptical about. I kept seeing adverts being thrown at me on Instagram, telling me that I should read these, but I'll be honest, the art did not inspire me. The concept, when I heard it, sounded so silly. I was like, there's no way that can work. But a friend of mine at work, who's the head of maths, he kept relentlessly telling me how much he thought, not only that they were good, but that I specifically would enjoy them. And he's not wrong. I do. They're really funny. If you don't, I'll give you the very basic premise. If you don't know it, it starts a little bit like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, in that aliens are real and they arrive, but they don't destroy the Earth. They kill almost everyone instantly by compressing all buildings, so anyone inside a building is instantly dead. Anyone left alive has a choice to go down through stairwells, and essentially you have a series of dungeon crawl levels underneath the Earth. And it's all being watched like a reality TV show by sort of aliens for their entertainment. So it's a ludicrous premise, but within it, you've got your protagonist Carl is aware of the fact that he's essentially in a live-action computer role-playing game. He's got an inventory that he can kind of like put stuff in and take stuff out from. He can learn spells and level up and stuff. Oh, and he has his ex-girlfriend's cat with him, which very quickly gains the ability to talk and cast magic as well. So it's daft, but highly entertaining. So I do recommend it. There you go.
Thank you. Mr. Mike is reading Warhammer's 40K's Pandorax, a simple book about Supreme Grandmaster Kaldor of the Grey Knights and Supreme Grandmaster Azrael of the Dark Angels fighting Abaddon. It's a fun read. Did you paint Azrael of the Dark Angels, or am I thinking of a different? I think I'm thinking of the librarian, Mark.
Azrael. Yeah, I think that was Mark.
I would have done the black and white for the Angels of Death 2nd edition codex.
I've got it on a T-shirt, I think.
I was very controversial.
The one you've got on a T-shirt is the oh god, I've forgotten his name now.
It's the librarian.
It's the colour one.
Asmodee? No.
Asmodee. That's who it is.
Inquisitor.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember my
interrogator chaplain.
Azrael was controversial because I put the magazine on the gun in a unrealistic way, and people on the internet that know about these things pointed it out. Is it pup? What they call it pup when the magazine goes behind the trigger? Oh, it didn't look like his armor on his arm would accommodate the gun in the way I drew. Like perspective was ever something I ever troubled myself with.
Yeah, in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. There's no perspective. Come on.
Exactly. Yeah, there's no ergonomics.
Yeah.
Right. What else are people reading? I'm reading Virtual Light by William Gibson.
Which is a good one. Yeah.
I'm reading. Sorry.
What are you reading, Mark?
I'm reading a couple of things at the moment, slightly contradictory things. I'm reading a lot about the raising of pigs, and I'm also diving deep into fairy lore. Both of those things are actually connected for a Rookery project, but I can't say anymore.
Yeah.
I've been reading, as a childhood piece of reminiscence, The Adversary Cycle, which starts with a book that quite a few people know called The Keep. The Keep was a movie that had, what's his face in it? It had Ian McClellan in it when he was a lot younger, playing a far older man, as it turns out. And I've been reading through those because I read them as a kid and loved them as a kid. And going back to them has been another one of those scales lifting from the eyes moments. But equally, there's some really cool stuff in there that I've quite enjoyed mining through. Nothing like going back to books from when you were younger. I do that sometimes when I'm looking to take my mind away from whatever else I'm doing to take a breather. I'll read something from my youth because it's like going into old familiar territory and then dive back out again. And I've also been reading a hell of a lot of RPG material. Just lots of it. Spending a lot of my time looking over how different people have come up with solutions to problems.
Cool.
I have on my to reads pile, and I'm only going to mention this because it has some Rookery serendipity. The next book I'm reading is called Gallows Pole by Ben somebody. What was his name? Ben Myers. And it's about a group of counterfeiters in Yorkshire in the 18th century, like a true story, but it's sort of a novelization of that. But the reason I mention it is because like the week we had Francis on talking about Gallows Corner, which is obviously something totally different down in Essex. But like literally that weekend I went in, I was catching up with my mate at work. He was like, "Oh, how was your stream?" I was like, "Oh yeah, we had this guy, blah, blah, blah." He's like, "Cool, I've just finished this book, I think you'd like it." And it was Gallows Pole, and I thought the serendipity was too good, so that's next on the to read pile.
Nice.
The comments are great, actually. We're getting loads of recommendations. Dave Barnett's folk horror works, Withertail, Scuttler's Cove, and Scratch Moss from Mark.
Those are great titles.
Yeah, they are good. Darker Days Radio, a good friend of the Rookery, is reading Wraithborn by Theatre Macabre, recording an Imperium Maledictum series with him and others for YouTube. Cool, we should check that out. Put the link in the chat, Chris. Been demoing War Machine today at a local con and will be at ChillCon next week doing the same and also on the painting clinic.
Nice.
Oh, and finished Resident Evil Requiem. Jake is reading multiple Warhammer books. I got Legend of Sigmar Omnibus that got reprinted not too long ago, sort of in preparation for Lorebeard's book club. I've read book one, Heldenhammer, before, though. I have not read Heldenhammer before, and I will be reading that for the next episode of the book club, which we are just trying to pin down a date for just now.
Oh, apparently Heldenhammer, the Black Library are doing a sort of readers poll reprints, and because Heldenhammer is by friend of the show, Graham McNeil, I encourage everyone to go in and vote for it.
Oh, good idea. Yeah, let's do that. Find out when the poll closes, Mark, to see if we can time Lorebeard's book club with that poll, so we can drum up even more for Graham. That would be great. Ashes of the Imperium and Grumbrindle, Chronicles of the Wanderer are the other two books I'm reading. 101 Colonel, recently finished Shadowlocked by David Moody. Beer Val, currently reading a hydrology textbook to make my rivers better on my maps.
Gee, that's
I'm sure that resonates with Andy. Yeah.
Beer Val, I have a better way of doing it than instead of going for a hydrology textbook, go for a kid's book. Like the Osborne Book of Geology, because that book will break it down, all the core components of how rivers are made, in a far cleaner and more easy to understand fashion than an actual textbook. They are remarkably good because they don't just give you all the information that you need, the core details for how everything works. They illustrate them beautifully.
Yeah, really simple illustrations.
Would you say that a sort of adult textbook on hydrology is a little dry?
Oh!
Sorry.
Yes, I would, because I love that. Beautiful.
Was anyone else's mum an Osborne bookseller in the 80s? Just me?
No, not my mum.
My mum was. We used to get to go to Osborne parties, and it was amazing, and there were so many books, and yeah, she had like loads of them, and I loved it. Osborne books were great.
We had that through the school, I think. Presumably it must have been organised by someone, but I remember there was a lot of...
Yeah, mums would do it too.
Yeah.
But nowadays it's like Scholastic, like the book fair that comes isn't Osborne books, it's like a different Scholastic books. But they still, because you used to get your catalogue and get to like circle what books you wanted.
Yeah.
And then the books would like all come in for you in the boxes. But now
I remember that.
Yeah, me too.
That arrives, and you have to remember to give your children money that day, which is a challenge.
I remember I got the novelization of Star Wars, the first movie, and I had to get written permission from my mum to order it because apparently there's some adult content in there.
Oh, those skulls and skeletons having been killed by stormtroopers.
Yeah.
I just learned something about that. Because I obviously a big Star Wars fan, know a lot of Star Wars lore, but I just learned recently that, because was it was it Alan Dean Foster? Is that who wrote the novelization of Star Wars?
Don't know.
I think it was.
He certainly did Splinter the Mind's Eye, yeah.
Yeah, and so Splinter the Mind's Eye was the original concept for the sequel to Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then it was going to be too expensive, so they kind of went in a different route.
It's just Luke and Leia stranded on a planet and Vader finds them. Oh, spoiler, sorry. It's on the cover. It's on the cover of the book. It's on the cover of the book. It's not my copy of The Hobbit, which I dug out the other day. It's from a 1972 edition, and the cover is Tolkien's sketch of Smaug dying over Lake Town. Like, why would you put that on the front?
Well, we've only got through one question, so I will need to. I'm failing at my quickfire, but there's so many good comments. Also reading Neo-Nazi Terrorism and Counterculture Fascism: The Origins and Afterlife of James Mason's Siege as research for a Delta Green shotgun scenario, or just
nice.
Light reading to defend ourselves from what's happening.
And I'm assuming that's not James Mason, the actor, because
Yeah,
that would be a plot twist.
And Mark got some ordnance survey maps. Oh, I didn't put what are you mapping? Ancient Britain and Roman Britain, which I've been perusing off and on.
Nice.
Right, let's get on to the next one. What are you playing?
I am playing on PS5 just now as a chill down. Oh, what's it called? Runic Works. I can't even remember what it's called. I'm going to have to go check it up what it's called. It's an anime-styled mix between Stardew Valley and your standard JRPG, and I'm finding it compellingly simple playing that just takes my mind out of everything. It's proper stupid. It's not very big. It's not very clever. Rune Factory, that's what it's called. Rune Factory, I've just been released. It's got some subtitle. It's bullshit. Yeah, it's fun. I'm not playing Slay the Spire 2, and I want to be, but I'd have to do that on my PC, and I do not want a game on my PC because my PC that I use right here is for working on, and if I put a game on this PC, I'll never work. So,
Never work
no Slay
again.
the Spire 2 for me, sadly.
So I'm playing 4 games just now. I'm playing, and I play them at different points of the day for different reasons. I'm playing Dorf Romantic, which is like it's like kind of like Carcassonne, but one player and on the console. So you're placing tiles that match other tiles and trying to make perfects and getting scores. And it's got like a nice soundtrack that has reminiscent vibes of, well, like there's a Beatles song in there, Andy and I are sure, and then there's like a Mika song. So the soundtrack is like sort of Stardew Valley-esque piano music, but with a bit of edge. I'm also playing Darkest Dungeon 2, which like you do need a break from. Also, it's not in a dungeon, so like I find it slightly annoying because it doesn't really give me what it says on the tin. And I'm playing Slay the Spire 1 because I was trying to get trophies on Andy's ID because I've got all the trophies and I really like Slay the Spire 1. But now I'm just waiting and trying to decide whether to get Slay the Spire 2 on my laptop or wait till it comes out on console. And then sometimes at night I play Balatro, the card game, because I've got one single challenge left to do and I just can't do it. It's the one where you don't get any jokers and it is so frustratingly hard. So I have to ration myself because otherwise it would drive me mad. So those are the 4 games I am playing.
You go.
Oh, I'm just gonna say I'm playing nothing. I had to take months off on account of my surgery. When I got back, the first thing I did was jump on and finish Baldur's Gate 3, which it has taken me a year to finish. I haven't been playing it constantly for a year. I would take months off and stuff like that. But then after almost 3 months of not being able to operate a mouse, the first thing I wanted to do was finish that bloody kill off the last of the I can't even remember how it ends now.
Don't say, because I haven't finished it yet.
Spoilers! complete Well, I put in over 200 hours on it in the end, and finished it. Did finish
Nice.
it, and then did start it again with a new character to do the Dark Urge, because everybody says, "Oh, you've got to play it with Dark Urge." But I've drifted off that now, just because other more important things have come along for my time.
Yeah, so one of the games I'm playing is Baldur's Gate 3 just now. Having played it through to Act 3, got bored, went back and started again. I'm now back at Act 3 and feeling a little bit bored again.
That's what happens. People get to the city and like, oh, God.
Yeah,
You never liked Baldur's Gate in the old days, did you?
No, I like the first one quite a lot.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was the but I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I like there's just almost too many options.
That's
At the end.
it's the analysis paralysis hits you in the third act when suddenly you're in a city full of people and you can do anything. I love exploring the dungeons. I love exploring the wilderness. The city felt a bit flat. Anytime you get below the city streets, into the sewers and stuff, go, right, this is more like it.
And it's as is always the case with me. Like the writing sometimes bothers me, and there's lots of really good writing in it, but there's a clash between the micro stories and the macro stories, in that there's an urgency to things, but then I'm just going to ignore this urgency thing.
Right.
I'm going to go help this man find his lost letters.
Yes.
And I know that that's a thing in role-playing games, particularly computer role-playing games, but it just grates again, particularly when I'm doing a Dark Urge playthrough, and I'm getting all these murderous visions and all these people taunting me, and but I'm going to take time to go and do this little minor thing that has no bearing on the world-ending crisis that supposedly is about to happen tomorrow.
Classic RPG.
Yeah. You get the feeling that, oh Christ, I've got to act quickly. But you think, no, actually, I don't. If I don't do anything, the world will not advance.
Yeah, exactly.
My biggest disappointment in Baldur's Gate was that you couldn't just spend all your time in the hells listening to Raphael do his sing spiel. It's not actually called sing spiel, because I phoned Josie and I was like, Josie, Laurie and I were sitting there and it just came out of nowhere, this absolute banger of a soundtrack. And she was like, oh yeah, Mummy, that's a sprechgesang. It's this technique and stuff, because Josie is studying audio design and knows this kind of stuff. And so she gave me the full rundown on why it was so peak. It is amazing.
The other two things I'm playing, I'm a big Battlefield fan. I've played the Battlefield franchise since freaking Battlefield 2 more decades ago than I care to remember. And Battlefield 6 came out last year, and it's a real return to form for the series. So I'm playing that online. But in recognition of the fact that I have less time to play for extended periods of time, and also that my reactions are not what they were when I was younger, they've introduced a casual mode. So casual breakthrough, you got 32 players on each side, but only 8 players on each side are human beings and the rest are bots. And it's just the right level of, you can feel really good because some of the players are bots and you can kill quite easily, but there are enough real players there that you can't just relax and get cocky, because they will just absolutely destroy you. So doing a lot of that, and then I was just Googling to try and find the name of the game. There's a game I'm playing on my iPad, which is one of the most meditative little idle games I've ever played. It's called Roya, Roia, and you basically have you start at the top of a mountain, and there's a river, and you can kind of raise and lower terrain to guide the path of the river down.
I know the one.
And it's just really calming. I just absolutely, so if I'm stressed out or whatever, it's just a really nice calming thing to kind of do to kind of wind down. So in fact, I can pop
it in the chat.
Yet. I almost did. And now I've got a recommendation. I'm probably going to do so.
Again, much like reading, we've got lots of Dark Days Radio is Start Painting and Learning Trench Crusade, Anno 7-1.
Yeah, Anno 117, I'm playing that too.
117, I just my brain
background.
blanked on that number. Total War Warhammer, there's
That's
loads
basically
in
the
there.
Rome one.
Thanks. And of course, RPGs, we're playing Lawhammer on a Friday night. I'm about to make a guest appearance next week in someone else's role-playing game as one of my own characters, who's also a canon character, so I'm quite excited about that.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's next?
I have a super chat, so thank you very much for the super chat. It's sort of like a
Thanks.
hangover from your last stream, Andy. Ask Andy anything. So thank you very much. What is roughly the max level of intellect for fantasy ogres? How do they compare to 40k ogre with bonehead chips? Can they be as cunning as a goblin?
To very quickly do it, because you did, P, thank you very much. Max level is they have a different form of intellect. It's not that they're stupid. They are particularly cunning. They're very good hunters. There's lots of things they're exceedingly good at. But we're looking at average human is max level. How do they compare to 40k Ogrins? Very similar. With bonehead chips, not quite as good as that. Can they be as cunning as a goblin? No.
So we're saying long division is sort of beyond them.
Beyond them, completely.
That's all I needed.
So
Because you've got that maths-based campaign coming up, so
yeah, I've coined a new term recently.
Campaign.
When you do maths really quickly, and I'm sure there's other words for it, heuristics and stuff, but I've started to call it vibe maths. So when like my character dies in Slay the Spire because I've counted quickly counted the hit points wrong, I'm like, well, I just got my vibe maths wrong. I don't know what to tell you. So
Yeah.
I used that in the last stream I was in, made reference to vibe maths.
Good. It was mine. You heard it here first. It's like estimation is now called vibe maths. So what are you watching on TV?
too much.
Oh, really?
What I've discovered now, because recently, I've been playing a lot of trivia games and stuff with friends, and it turns out, or just things where you've got to give clues, like Dixit and Hughes and Q's and stuff like that. And it turns out that everything I refer to as a TV show, and 80% of my friends have not seen whatever TV show it is I'm talking about. And that has led to the realization that I watch too much TV. So I'm not doing anything about that, other than wallowing in it. But yeah, in terms of like fresh stuff, like I'm watching Shrinking just now. I think that's a show not a lot of people
I haven't watched Shrinking yet. Is it good?
It's really good. So it's by
cool.
Sort of essentially the same behind the scenes crew as did Ted Lasso. It's got the guy from How I Met Your Mother, whose name I've forgotten.
He's really annoying. Ford. That's why I don't want to watch it. That actor annoys me. Poor guy.
Jason Segel. That's his name. Jason Segel.
Jason Segel.
And in this, he's you will be annoyed with him at the start, Lindsay, but you're meant to be annoyed with him at the start.
Okay.
And Harrison Ford's in it, and it's about, they're psychiatrists, but his character's had this trauma and has been living in denial of his trauma, and it leads him to adopt a radical approach with his patients, which is deeply unethical, but very entertaining to kind of watch. So there's that. I've been rewatching Friday Night Lights because my wife had never seen it, so we're going back to rewatch that. And it's interesting rewatching it. It's still really good, but it's very much of its time. It's the most early naughty show I think I've ever seen. The music, the camera angles, the fashion, all of that. We started watching Young Sherlock today. And
how are you finding it?
I thought I would not like it. I'm actually quite enjoying it, which surprised me, which is good. And what else? Oh yeah, Monarch as well. I'm kind of watching Monarch, the monster one, which is deeply meh, but it's got monsters in it. So
that's exactly what I thought about it.
Andy and I have a different set of things that we watch together than I watch by myself. By myself, I've just finished a series called Finding Her Edge. It's a drama about figure skating.
Okay.
It's actually got a really good soundtrack though. Like it's got high, like they've bothered with their soundtrack. That's about the only thing they've bothered with. Well, actually, it's filmed. I think it must be filmed in Canada because there's also real snow, which I quite like. And but it's quite amusing because you do get that whole. They've got body doubles for the skating, obviously, and you can kind of see when it twists from them into the body double and back out again. So I've been watching that, and that led me to watch Glitter and Gold, which is the documentary about ice dancing that they made before the Olympics about the Olympic hopefuls, only because I'm hoping that the Scottish pair will be in it, but so far they haven't arrived. So I'm pretty disappointed so far.
I've recently discovered Primal, which is the Adult Swim animation. It's a classic tale of caveman and dinosaur buddy. And it's amazing. It's ridiculously violent, but it's really, really good. So I was watching an episode. I'm doing that thing where you you allow yourself one episode a night, so you don't gorge on the whole thing. So I watched an episode last night. It was great. So yeah, Primal. I don't know what that's on in the UK. It's on HBO over here. Because you don't have HBO in the UK, do you?
No.
It's probably Sky or something. I don't know.
I think we can. Andy would know.
I think it's on Now TV.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You can pay for it on Now TV.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But they're almost certainly to get it all pulled when everything gets relaunched over here, and all of what is on Sky Atlantic, which is their Now TV part of that's HBO, gets pulled from them, and HBO goes and launches here in the UK.
It is weird that HBO isn't just just a global subscription service. I know it's all the licenses across the various territories and everything, but
I've done the research for anyone in the UK. It's not available on any free streaming service. You have to pay for it. You can pay for it on Prime, or you can pay for it on Apple TV.
Oh, it's Apple. There you go. So it's just to pay for. There you go.
It's great. It's really fun.
So there's a question in the. Oh, sorry, you haven't. Oh, you never said what you were watching.
No,
sorry,
I didn't. We've been rewatching Schitt's Creek, Lindsay and I.
Oh, yeah.
That's been our rewatch show. Interesting to go back to again, and enjoying it for different reasons on the second time round, and watch pretty much every other TV show that you would expect, ranging from your Welcome to Derry's to your, I don't know, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, to pretty much all of it, because I watch... I have in the background TV frequently whenever I'm working, so I've watched more movies and TV than you shake a stick at. But I'll call out Schitt's Creek because it's a nice rewatch and it's a fun show.
Oh yeah, and I've taken some quotations from Catherine O'Hara's character Moira for elven characters in Warhammer, because she's got the absolute vibe of a pretentious elf. So some of them are just so good.
Nice. Yeah. And Night of the Seven Kingdoms was great as well. Yeah.
Oh, Night of the Seven Kingdoms was great. Really enjoyed that.
Brilliant.
Yes. Yeah.
More than I expected to. I was expecting it to be a relatively solid offering, but it turned out to be a very solid offering.
Yeah, well, after the train wreck, that was the end of Game of Thrones, and they were then talking, we're going to do a Jon Snow sort of sequel Beyond the Wall, and I thought, God, why don't you just do a Night of the Seven Kingdoms? Why don't you do the Sir Duncan the Tall stuff? Because it's a great little series of novellas, and it's pre-packaged, ready to go. So when they ditched the Jon Snow thing, said, we're doing Night, I thought, good. It will be at least awesome for 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm. So there's a question from the chat. On a vibe crunch scale, how do you like your TTRPGs?
Right in the middle of vibe crunch, actually. Vibe crunch is good.
I don't know what that means.
So I think crunch is heavy with rules and lots of rules to explain everything.
Right,
Vibe is you just kind of role play through it, and who fucking cares?
It's the scale. I see. I get it now.
Yeah, so it's from pure vibe to actual heavy crunch. And my personal favorite is probably closer to vibe on the vibe crunch scale, but vibe crunch is good.
Yeah. I am veering vibe words, which I think would be a nice name for an autobiography.
Even when we play a crunchy system, and I do like to be able to model things and have a crunchy system, there are days when we won't even roll a dice. So I like a crunch system, but then I just vibe. It's just, I role play with my vibes. That's just what I like.
I want to be rolling dice. Hitting
dice is
things
good.
with my axe and rolling dice.
Do you? Yeah. So you're more on the crunch side of this.
Yes, generally.
Yeah.
Crunch.
Yeah. Splat.
Okay. Right. What are you loving right now?
Lindsay.
Oh, it's me. Oh.
Right, so I'm going to go with a completely different one. I'm loving things that are taking my mind away from life. And I know that sounds like it's a deep and meaningful answer in a relatively lighthearted stream, but it's this sort of shit, lighthearted streams that are really grounding me back in reality and making me feel really happy. I just did a quick Ask Me Anything stream before this to lead into this stream, so you could all say hi and join us here. And it was just easy. Your brain is completely focused on whatever the heck you're saying, and the rest of your life could be a million miles away. So I'm just loving all of you guys being awesome out there. Thanks.
Yeah, for me, after nearly 3 months of not being able to work, being able to pick up a pencil or a virtual pencil, and and paint and draw. And paint toy soldiers, because I couldn't paint toy soldiers for the last couple of years. So being able to do that has been I'm loving that. Trying to come up with a paint scheme for my Wolf Spear Space Wolves successor chapter, and having to strip the paint off the miniatures time and time again, as I try and learn how to do reductive oil techniques and just make a complete balls up of it countless times. So I'm loving it though. I'm loving the learning process.
I'm loving this comment from Chris. I've been really proud of my wife. She tried to start up a t-shirt business, but as a result found her love of photography of people, and so now is doing that fully.
Nice.
So we've fully changed the spare room into a studio for that.
Awesome.
I think that's really sweet.
That is just brilliant.
Yeah, he shared some of her art on Instagram, and it's really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to do what are you eating? The last ribeye steak I had was pretty tasty.
I have a good answer for that one. What am I eating? So I'm going to answer it directly because Lindsay bought me a bunch of Diablo sweets. Diablo. That's it right there.
I got them
these
from
are sugar-free sweets.
I got them from Too Good To Go, which is an app where you can buy stuff in bulk that's close to its use by date.
And sugar-free sweets always come with a bit of a downside, and that's that they make you a bit farty because they've got a chemical that reacts with your body. However, these sweets are accurately called Diablo. I think they use maybe as much as 3 to 4 times the amount that is normally in them, because I had just one packet, which normally my body would go, hey Andrew, don't go back in the house because you'll stink it out, life is good. Oh no. I woke up in the middle of the night and went, uh-oh, that was not a fart, that was a danger fart. And danger fart wise, I ran sprinting to the bathroom, and when I say I exploded, there is no other way. The sound was a ripping, and I farted for a minute. Now, I don't know if you can actually think of how long a minute is. It wasn't 20 seconds, nor was it 30 or 40. It was still going, with me going, oh my God, I'm going to wake up the entire, not just Lindsay, but the entire neighborhood. And along with this 1 minute long horror show came everything else you would expect in liquid form. I sprayed the loo. It was terrible. Do not eat more than a few of these at one time.
I mean, they call it Diablo. They call it Diablo, and the assumption is it's going to be affecting your mouth. That's clearly not the case.
It was funny. I didn't wake up Lindsay. I couldn't believe. I actually went downstairs for the next 2 hours because there was repeat problems. But I didn't want to wake her up. Biscoff
Are these
eggs.
good, Chris? Biscoff
wow,
eggs?
that sounds
because
amazing. I can't eat them.
I've seen them, but I haven't tried them yet. So I need to know. Mr. Mike's eating
check
rice
carefully
ponding.
that is likely not gluten-free, Lindsay. Just
true.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I ran out of Mopani worms. I don't know what they are, so that is a new food to me.
I wondered if that might be a typo, because I'm assuming rice ponding is rice pudding.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, a new dish, rice ponding. What could it be?
It's a bit more liquid.
It's a bit more liquid.
It's worms.
So what are you planning? I'm planning, I'll start because everyone else is thinking. So I found my project book from when I was 10, which has the details of my trip to Denmark in it. And I am planning our trip to GothCon in Sweden in a couple of weeks.
At the end of this month,
end of this month, we're going to fly to Denmark first and spend a day in Copenhagen. Well, I will relive my childhood. And then I will complete my project book, or at least add some more pages to it when I am there. It has things like my Legoland ticket, and because clearly
when she was 10,
it was important to me some orange juice labels because we didn't get that in the UK apparently. So I'm not planning that trip because I don't think I'd be allowed to, even if I wanted to. Lindsay is very much planning said trip. I'm currently planning Rookery stuff, and I'm just past the planning part. We're largely just writing Rookery stuff at the moment, and enjoying that immensely. In fact, I'm having a lot of fun just now.
I don't really think that counts as planning. What am I planning? Oh no, I am planning something. I am planning the next building to go outside because we're building an outside studio, and I have to do drawings for that probably later on tonight because
Yes,
the
please
architect needs some drawings. So I'm sending some drawing over for that because I can and I know how to do it. So I'll get a far more likely to get what I want if I've designed the fucker than if they do it.
Oh, baby. Oh, Josie. Hello, in a bar, so can't stay long, but I wanted to say hello either way. I wrote this when I
Typical
was 10,
student.
Josie. It sounds just like you. Listen to it. We got 4 children's tickets for Legoland, and there was only 2 of us, so they must want us to go twice. That's what 10-year-old Lindsay
Seems
thinks, and it
fair.
sounds just like my daughter Josie. So that was really sweet.
Hey Joe.
Nice.
Hey.
Hey, Joel, don't drink too much.
I'm planning some monsters for a future Rookery thing just now. And so I'm coming up with a bunch of different ones. They're all themed around different types of horror before I put them to the brain trust in terms of which ones to kind of develop. But I was saying to Lindsay, I'm going to spoiler text some of the descriptions before I share them because some of them are going to lean heavily into body horror, which I know Lindsay does not like. So there's some disgusting stuff coming. That's all I'm going to say.
Nice. I look forward to illustrating the horror.
I'm sure you will find ways to make it even more disgusting as well.
Excellent. I'm planning to do my taxes this weekend.
How exciting.
And procrastinating and finding anything else to do. So that I'm still planning to get them done because the way I have to get my taxes done, I have to promise my accountant I'll be delivering them. So that's the pressure. And then I try and get them done. So yeah, it's numbers and responsibility and money. So yeah.
I'm planning to keep a social life while going through all the project I signed myself on. Transcripting, yes, thank you. Mapping, writing, and losing weight. Like, what is your losing weight technique? What do you do?
Eat less.
Eat less. I am planning to read all the Berserk manga this year and passing
nice.
my first year in architecture school. We have our fingers
Hey.
crossed for you.
Yeah.
Nice one, Jake.
Okay. What are you drawing?
Nothing. Next.
Nothing. Yeah, next for you. Because that was quick fire.
Yeah.
I've just been asked to do some revisions on a map that I did for Critical Role that I did over Christmas. And that's going to take an evening at some point. So I suppose I'm drawing that. Haven't quite done it yet.
I'm roughing out a map on an adventure I'm working on for Rookery. Also, I can mention this now because there was a big announcement this week. So obviously my love is Rookery stuff. But I have to do sometimes other stuff to pay the bills. And I spent last month, as I got my hand back, I spent last month working for a new studio in California, and it's taken me a month to learn how to pronounce the name of the studio called Kinsugiyama, which if you're a fan of Blizzard, and you know the name Jeff Kaplan because he was. When I was at Blizzard, he was the game director of World of Warcraft, and then became the game director of Overwatch, and then left that studio a few years back to set up Kinsugiyama. And they've just announced their first game, which is called The Legend of California. And they asked me to do some character design art. So I had a lot of fun doing cowboys and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
Mark, you have
well,
to
yeah.
if you feel like it, Mark, you have to share these on Discord. Perils and Princesses characters for his daughters. That's so cute.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And
Do share
Dark
that on
Days
Discord.
Radio. Chris can't draw, but recently did paint Death Jack for my Crits Army. That was quite hard to say.
Nice.
Well, I do have that comes up next. So what are you painting? Mark, you're painting your Space Wolves?
Trying to do some Space Wolves. I've also got a couple of Skaven and Ardboys, Oryx. I'm a bit of a butterfly when it comes to miniature stuff. If I see a
Me
nice
too.
miniature, a plastic kit, I'll go out and buy it, and then eventually get around to painting it up. And I'll paint like one of a pack, and then lose interest. So I try and buy small and smaller. I've given up on the idea of really ever painting a proper army, but I'll buy like an Underworld's warband, or I'll do a Kill Team thing, or a warband for I've got a warband for Trench Crusade that I'm trying to get myself round to sorting out. So yeah, there's always like half a dozen different projects on the drawing board, on the painting table as it now is.
Yeah, I've been doing a mixture of. I've got a Great Arena Zinch that I'm messing around with for no good reason at all. I've got a bunch of Trench Crusade models that I was playing around with for fun, particularly some of the Prussians and a variety of printouts from the Iron Sultanate, for those who know such things. I've been doing a bunch of terrainy pieces as well, because it's always nice to have a few bits of extra terrain kicking around. Just a little bit of this and a little bit of that, really. And by next week, it'll be something else, because I'm also a butterfly, as I flit from
I
thing to
read this
thing.
wrong. I read this as I've got historical 11-foot knights to finish off painting. I was like, wow.
Holy
Hi, Helms.
Wow. How long is that going to take you?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We're still painting a mob of old orcs I bought 2 years ago. Mark. Oh, yeah, Mark. Yeah, please do. If you dig out their versions and you give me permission, I will share them on the stream. We will screen share them.
Oh, so cute.
That's so cute.
I'm not painting anything, but because I have paints and I have a pile of shame that grows by the year. But I find it increasingly hard. I don't have a space in this house that I can kind of paint at regularly, and that's the issue. And it's not one I'm going to be able to resolve soon. But I had an epiphany recently, which is like, I've got as a teacher, I've got a decent enough job now. I just pay someone else to paint stuff for me. So I haven't done that yet. But my plan is to just do that, to just buy a spearhead, pay someone else to paint it, and then I can play against because I want to play against my mate who paints all the time, but he just has more free time than me. So yeah.
I've been tempted to do something like that too. The friends of mine in the Cult of Paint, they've got one of their painters that put up. I think it was the. The Chaos Marauder, new Chaos Marauder set from Workshop, and this guy had painted them. I can't remember his name, and my apologies to Cult of Paint. And he'd painted these in such a style. They look like when I first saw it, it looked like a screenshot from a really, really nice sort of Pixar movie. And it was beautifully clean, and the blends are all really, really smooth. And like, oh my, that's amazing! That's amazing. Painting style. And for the first time I thought, I'd like to sort of, if money were no object, I'd like to get this guy to paint me an army, just because that look amazing. So
I have also reached that point in my life where I've looked at it and gone, it's not just that point in my life because of free time and because we're all in a position where possibly we could pay someone to do it, but it's also because I'm growing increasingly blind. And it's just difficult to see things on screen. Totally fine. I can zoom in. I can do whatever I need to do. It's super easy to paint on screen, but to paint actual miniatures, it's so hard for me right now. I'm literally wearing 2 pairs of glasses when I was working on the last set.
Yeah, I have to put these things over.
Yeah, same. But the problem I have is when I paint, what I like to do is a bit like when Andy is doing maps. I like to have something on the TV, like in the background. But the problem I have is when I look up from what I'm painting to the TV, I can't see it. So then, I had it for a while where I had them like half over my glasses. So I would look like that when I'm painting, and then I could look like that when I was looking at the TV, and it kind of worked. But now I've got varifocals, that doesn't work either. So yeah, I think I'm just going to accept defeat and give up.
For me, it's that there's not really a place in the house that feels the best place to paint, and so maybe when we've got the outside finally sorted, we'll be able to convert an area for painting. So
that's one of the plans for the living room.
Mr. Mike, with his obligatory Horus Heresy books, question: what dark deeds would I need to do to get you to read the first 10 Horus Heresy books?
That's 10 freaking books. That's a lot of time.
I think show us evidence that he's bought 10 copies of Dark Deeds.
We'll read one book for every copy.
That's actually quite cheap in the greater scheme of things. It's only 350 quid or however much it costs currently.
Andy, there's four. He didn't specify individually. There's 4 of us, right? That's only 2.5 each.
Sold. Okay, you know what you need to do, and it can't be photoshopped. We'll know. Yeah, go buy more Dark Deeds. We need so many more of those games out there.
Okay.
Funny.
What are you hating right now?
Okay, right. I have something that I hate.
Are we allowed to talk about politics, or
It's not politics. Because if we go to politics, that's the stream over. Okay, so I like M dashes. I also like adverbs. I also like sentences that are short, punchy, and then boom, go into a bit of description. So does fucking AI, fucking writing programs all over the fucking place, to the point that now it's so prevalent that almost every post that I see in something like Facebook or on Instagram, you look at it and you're like, yeah, that's AI written, because they all follow the same patterns. They have that same cadence, that same rhythm of speech. And it's distressingly not the same as mine, but close enough that I now find myself, whenever I write something, going, oh, do I want to edit that so it looks less like it's a fucking AI piece? Oh my goodness. What do I hate? I hate the fact that the homogenization of all text is actually relatively well written. And when you're writing something relatively well written, it sometimes looks similar and it's really annoying.
do you want to know how to take that annoyance and ratchet it up to 100, Andy?
Okay, go.
Be responsible for pupils in your school who have to produce a writing portfolio that's not produced under exam conditions, and verifying that that's authentically the pupil's own work and not the work of AI. Genuinely, I have spent in the last 3 months upwards of 60 hours on that. Like, not on planning lessons, teaching lessons, marking work, specifically on investigating, verifying, having conversations with teachers, pupils, parents, issuing punishments, having to sit with pupils to redo their coursework.
Oh, I can hear the vitriol coming out.
It's just, and the thing is, it's not kids doing it, mostly, the odd exception, but it's mostly not kids doing it deliberately to cheat. It's because the lines are getting blurred and blurred. So there was one kid who we didn't give her any sanction, but we had to make her redo her advanced higher dissertation because what she'd done is she just made the slight leap from using an online thesaurus, which is absolutely fine, to saying to Google, what's a better way to phrase this? And obviously Google does the little AI summary.
Yeah.
So she didn't think of that as using chat. She knew she couldn't go into ChatGPT because that was against the rules, but she thought that was fine because she'd Googled it. But I'm like, yeah, but it's an AI summry. You still can't use that. No. So it was peppered with sentences that were obviously not hers, that were a different kind of style. It's awful. And the problem is we've got S1 kids coming in, 11 years old, and they're already, like, they don't Google things. They ask ChatGPT instead. And they don't check the sources. They don't check where it's coming from. And so not only are we trying to implement in the school a good policy to show kids, like, what the dangers are of AI, the way that there are things you can do with it, but doing writing for you or doing art for you is not the way to use it, but that there are things you can do with it to kind of help you with it. We're trying to do that, but they're already, by the time they come to us, they're in all the bad habits. So we're having to try and get them to unlearn those bad habits. And the problem is that lots of people, be they the parents of some of these kids, or as Lindsay and I were talking about on Discord earlier, the kind of LinkedIn lunatics, so many people are like, oh, it's the future, you just got to embrace it, just got to embrace the future, without engaging any critical thinking, which is the problem, because AI will further erode critical thinking. And what that means is I'm having to fight against parents who honestly believe that it's a good thing for their kids to not learn how to write and just let AI write it for them. So that's what I'm fucking hating.
Yeah, it's not that, it's this. Small sentence, slightly longer sentence. But the truth is, I just hate it. I read, the reason I sent that to you today was because I read a post that was about why people need to do something with AI that was clearly written by AI. And then all the comments, the people clearly hadn't even had the time or ability to write a 3-sentence comment. They'd either used AI for the comment, or the comment was just like, they've just adopted AI as their writing style. And the lady was like, your chat GPT is showing, babe. And I was like, it totally is. Look, I can't share it. Oh no, I can't do it. I can't get it on the screen because it's not on my Discord. My Discord's not on the laptop, but Mark has shared his daughter's
I'm gonna go look.
princesses. Yeah, they're inside the Rookery chat. Please share them because one of them, I love her so much. She's got wits and grace, and her special move is agility, I think. So yeah, bring her up if you can.
I'm going to see if I can get it up. I'll be there in a second.
Okay, right.
I'll just go mute
What
while I
are
do this
you
one.
cosplaying?
A cat. Done. Okay, I'm now going on mute.
I'm cosplaying as a human being who still has some hope for the future.
Oh,
Okay,
there you
nice.
go.
Wow.
I'm refining my. I'm not sure. Is it cosplay? I don't know. I don't know because cosplay normally assumes it's an identity or it's existing. So I dress up as a pirate every chance I get. The season for dressing up as a pirate usually kicks off in Southern California here at the Southern California Renaissance Pleasure Fair, which is coming up in about 3 weeks. It starts in about 3 weeks and it runs every weekend for about a month. And because it's Southern California, it gets bloody hot the later in the year you go. So I've decided to upgrade my pirate ensemble with a parasol scabbard this year. And now I've got to pick it. And now I've got to find
I just
myself a
love
good
the parasol scabbard.
Yeah. Instead of drawing the old cutlass, it'll be the parasol that'll come out.
And it's not just because the computer game I mentioned earlier, I'm wandering around using a parasol as my primary weapon.
Oh, excellent.
Awesome. It's anime themed, so of course, parasols are weapons. Hey!
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
look. I love this so much. So yeah, tomorrow when she wakes up, you can tell her that she was shared on a live stream because we loved her art and we loved her ideas so much. Playful,
the detail.
hopeful. She has a
Sprightly
heart
agility.
full of cheerfuls. Sprightly agility. That is a great descriptor for agility for a young person. So well done to her. And then she has a ropes, hammer and chisel, a sack, a bone needle, and a frying pan.
That's all you need.
Princess Sabrina of
There she
Jade
is.
Springs. We
Awesome.
love this. Yeah, amazing. That's the next
Beautiful.
generation of geeks.
Excellent.
And that's what's floating their boat.
Love it.
Love
Thank
it
you very
so
much. That was awesome for you to share. Thank you.
Oh, and they're playing Perils and Princesses, and you can take a parasol as your primary weapon in Perils and Princesses.
It's the
you go.
parasol evening. Andy's the outlier here. He's got no parasol in his life. You need more parasols, Andy.
need more parasol. Yeah.
I
I think
Paraguelas.
Susan has multiple parasols in her costume cupboard. So.
I expect you to be using them as your backdrop from now on.
I don't think you said Pleasure Fair, did you? You said Ren Fair, or did you?
Oh no, it's the Renaissance Pleasure Fair, is what they call it.
Oh, Pleasure Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess you have fun there. That's what you do at a
It's
Pleasure Fair.
yeah, it's awesome. It's I think it's obviously the biggest one in California, maybe. I think so. Yeah, and it runs for about 5 weeks, from early April to sort of mid-May. And yeah, it's a big old sprawling thing, but it's miles inland. So as soon as you get out into the desert, the temperature can get a bit hairy, particularly if you're in full, legit pirate ensemble. It can get a bit more. But it's fun because it's a mix, because you don't have to dress up, but if you do, it's that lovely interaction between people who've just turned up in their shorts and t-shirt, and you're there in full pirate regalia, and it's one place where you can walk through a crowd and give people the evil eye, and there's never any kind of, what are you looking at? There's never any antagonism, because you are a pirate, so you are allowed to you're allowed to be as badass and as provocative as you like, and no one will bat an eyelid at it, because that's who you are that day. So it's lots of fun.
I think I suggested obviously I didn't suggest the parasol as a sword, but I think I suggested the parasol to you when you said that it was out, can get quite hot, because I just had this vision of Captain Jack Sparrow kind of like deliriously going through the desert with his parasol. So
no, I'm running with that. Running with it.
I think you'll look amazing with a parasol.
I've got to pirate the parasol though. I've got to take a regular one and then customize it, tear holes in it, stitch them back up again, have all sorts of weird trinkets hanging from it and all that kind of thing. So that'll keep me.
Ben says, how does Ren Fair compare to Festlarp in its feel?
I'm not sure what Fest.
You just mean like LARPing, like the big LARP cons that you get?
Well, they do. I think because, as I said, because there's that mix of the regular folks and the ones that kind of lean into it. It's an interesting little crossover. And at the Ren Fair, they have themed weekends. There'll be a pirate weekend. There'll be a cosplay weekend. There'll be a time traveling weekend where you always get people dressed as a landing party from Star Trek, walking around with tricorders and stuff, which is amazing. And there'll be a few Doctor Who's, obviously, exploring the Renaissance Fair, as you would. So yeah, it depends on which weekend you go, but it's always a blast.
I always get the impression at Ren Fairs that they're more of an audience part. Like it's like you'll get more casual people going along. There's lots of vendors selling stuff. People would know you'd go to a Ren Fair even if you weren't participating. Whereas a festival LARP is really like you're going to LARP and 3 days in a field. And there'll be very few people there who aren't LARPing.
It's like the Labyrinth Ball, which we do up in LA in the summer. You have to be masked. You can't turn up as a regular punter and get in. Whereas the Renaissance Fair, it's like, well, come as you like, But obviously, and as we've done it as a group, increasingly, every year you go, okay, I'm gonna up my outfit this year. I've just bought a new sword or a new hat or a new, you know what I mean? It's like it's a chance to show off your fantasy. A couple of our group are real sort of professional mask makers and things like that. So Miss Monster, who's one of our pirate crew, last year her and her other half Steve went as kobolds, and they had these amazing kobold masks that she hand cast and everything and sculpted, and were in character the whole time, and just everybody went crazy when they had little gifts and they were charging around as kobolds, handing over gifts and swapping stuff. It was mayhem. It was fantastic to be part of that.
I love that. Did I do this one? What are you looking forward to? Did we do it? No, I'm looking forward to. So I found out the day before yesterday that almost in March 1966, my mum went to Norway for work. She was in the Navy, and she knows which hotel she stayed in. She knows which restaurant she went to, and she's given me those details. And I am looking forward to going to Oslo and finding all the places my mum went in 1966 and seeing if they're still there, and going in and telling them in Norwegian that my mum came here for her job in 1966.
40 years earlier. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow because I'm going to be on a stream with World Anvil, and we're going to be designing and showing you how to design an adventure for about an hour and a half. It's a workshop over on World Anvil. Highly recommend you come along and do it. It's going to be along with one of the writers of, I believe, The Witcher and Cyberpunk. The creator of the Cyberpunk side, Mike Pondsmith, it's his son as far as I'm aware. So that's going to be super fun, family event. And we're going to be taking you step by step through all of that. I'm looking forward to that a lot because, as I said earlier on in the stream, I'm just enjoying doing streams just now because it takes my mind off stuff, and that's good. So that's tomorrow. Then, of course, I'm also looking forward to the enormous holiday my wife is planning because I haven't needed to plan any of it, and that's awesome. I'm just going to get taken from place to place with her saying things in foreign languages I don't understand, followed up with, I came here when I was a kid, or my mum came here 40 years earlier, or we're at a con now, years. Andy. 60 years. 60 years? No. Holy shit.
No, we're not okay with that, Lindsay. The passage of time, we're not okay
years,
with that.
You're right. So 60 years earlier. Holy crap sticks.
The 90s was 10 years ago, Lindsay. The 90s was 10 years ago.
That's awful. And then arriving at GothCon and just having a fun with a bunch of people, many of whom I already know because GothCon's a lovely place, and having an absolute awesome time. So if you happen to be in Sweden at that time, do come along to GothCon and we can say hi to each other, actually in the same room, which would be crazy.
I'm going to stay on brand as someone who watches too much TV. I am most looking forward to Daredevil Born Again Season 2. That's what I'm most looking forward to. I love Daredevil. I think Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio are incredible in those two roles. And from what I've seen of Season 2, I think it's going to be really, really good. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to getting my taxes done and getting back to art.
No, GothCon is TTRPG con in Gothenburg or Göteborg in Sweden /Sverige. So there you go.
Indeed. So it's a roleplay con. I'm going to be doing a workshop about how to build fantasy maps that look professional with zero skill. So that's a fun one. And I'm also going to be on a panel or two, including...
Yeah, you're going to be on a panel that I'm hosting on epic campaigns, I think.
Indeed, you'll be able to watch it, hopefully assuming the tech works,
live.
Here on Inside the Rookery.
Yep, we're hoping that will be our Inside the Rookery for that week. So, well, that brings us to the end of our stream, the end of
Already?
our What Are We? What was floating our boat? So thank you, as always, to my fellow Rooks for joining me and giving me all the chat. Caw, and thank you. And thank you to everyone in the chat. 101 Colonel says, every time I hear Gothenburg, I think of the Gothenburg sound death metal, unfortunately. I think of the UEFA Cup final in, 1988 when they beat Dundee United. It was a sad day. So until the next time, have a lovely evening.
Very specific.
Yeah. See you soon.